91-64 run with the complimentary plays here on the video report over the past 81 days. And for your Thursday card, I'm going to take a look at the college game, which I think is going to be a hell of a game to watch. Cincinnati and Miami of Florida, plus a baseball complimentary play coming your way as well on Washington and Atlanta. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here. This, of course, is going to be your Thursday video report. Listen, all your discounts, all your promos, etc., as usual, can be found over on the home page. They will be available no later than noon Eastern time. Some of them are already up here on the overnight as I do this video report for you at 4 a.m. because I have nothing better to do in my hotel room right now in Tampa, Florida. Hey, listen, one guy I've got to talk to you about, though, however. If you haven't been riding Brad Wilton here of late, shame on you. Over the past week, he has made $10 bettors $10,500. That's what 7 straight winning days will do. That's what will happen when you hit yet another 100-dime play as he did last night with Kansas City winning an extra innings at Chicago. Over the past 7 days, he has had 6 major wager releases. I'm talking about 100-dime plays, 150-dime plays, and 200-dime plays. You have gotten every single one of them for at least half price off. And he's won them all. And that's why $10 bettors have made $10,500 over the past 7 days. And you've gotten them all, those major wager plays, at least half price off, as I continue to tell you and continue to prove to you by doing this each and every day. Taking some of the top handicappers with the biggest plays, the hottest guys here at the site, and putting them on huge discounted prices, proving to you again that you don't have to spend big money to make big money. If Brad Wilton has another major play today, I'm telling you now, you're going to find it at a huge discount today, so make sure you check out the home page. Okay, let's continue here talking. Oh, by the way, I'd have to give my props as well out to Chris Jordan. You know, Chris was in an interesting position here. A couple of days ago, I made him the $5 play of the day because I saw he had a big totals release. Well, the game got rained out, so he re-released the play yesterday. But this time it wasn't a totals play. It was a side selection. Well, it doesn't matter. You paid for it. You got it. Just because it went from a total to a side didn't matter at all. So for $5, you got his winner on the Rangers as a $1.10 run line dog last night and a 6-2 win over Detroit. So props going out to Chris and to you as well because you certainly benefited for that huge discounted play. Okay, guys, let's talk about this game between Cincinnati and Miami of Florida. Listen, you know, in Cincinnati right now, I think they are getting ready to give the Heisman Trophy to the redshirt freshman quarterback Hayden Moore. I mean, phenomenal performance he had last week at Memphis. I will give you that. And a little over 3 quarters of play threw for 557 yards against the Memphis Tigers. But, and you knew there had to be a but, right? Let's just remember that 2 Saturdays ago at Miami of Ohio, when he also was playing in relief of, again, injured Gunnar Kiel, who will not be playing here tonight as he's out once more with a concussion, shoulder, and neck injuries after being slammed in the turf at Memphis a week ago. This same guy, 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Listen, guys. The thing with Cincinnati is this. You know that this offense is going to be able to put some points on the board. Hell, they had 752 total yards offense at Memphis. The difference being Memphis, part of the AAC. Cincinnati, part of the AAC. Miami of Ohio, they put some points on the board. Mid-American Conference team. Temple gave up a big double-digit lead early, came back, and still fell. Another AAC team. I said AAC. I didn't say ACC. And there's a big difference between the quality of athlete you get from the ACC versus the AAC and the type of athleticism those athletes will bring the field tonight. And that's what Miami of Florida offers as the most difficult challenge here this evening. Listen, they are still not ready to welcome Al Golden with open arms in Miami. Hell, just because they beat Nebraska still didn't get the monkey off his back because, remember, they allowed the Cornhuskers to come back and score 23 points in the fourth quarter to force overtime, a game that they won in revenge at home, 37-33 against the Huskers. But even though they're off to a 3-0 start, it hasn't been easy. They beat up Bethune-Cookman. Big deal to start. They had to rally and then struggled in the first half to win at Florida Atlantic, which is only like an hour north of their Miami campus. And then they took care of business against Nebraska. But again, it's the quality of athlete that you're going to get from being in a Power 5 conference as opposed to the AAC, the MAC, the WAC, the ABC. That's the bottom line. And that's what Miami has going for it here this evening. Remember, this is a Miami team that last year, playing at home, took Cincinnati out to the woodshed, 621 yards in the 55-34 rout. And I think Cincinnati was a better, more balanced offensive team last year and certainly a far better defensive team. Now, Miami's quarterback, Brad Kea, career-high 379 yards and 2 touchdowns against Nebraska. He can throw the ball, obviously, but Miami's also been getting some strong contributions from its ground game, particularly Joe Yearby, who's number 9 in the nation right now, averaging 7.59 yards a carry and a little over 105 yards a game. That's going to be crucial because Cincinnati is a team that simply has proven repeatedly this year it cannot stop anybody. Can't stop anybody. And again, even though their quarterback Moore had the phenomenal game at Memphis, that doesn't say much because, again, it's the AAC. And now he's making his first career start, and it's coming at home against the Hurricanes, a team that beat the hell out of them, as I said, last year in Miami. Look at the Cincinnati team in terms of turnover margin. Last among Division 1A schools. 127 schools, they are dead last at minus 2.5 turnovers a game, as opposed to a Miami team that is number 2 in the nation at plus 2.57 turnovers a game. They're forcing 3.3 turnovers through their first 3 games. Now, Miami's going to have a little problem in the secondary. 2 of their starters are going to be out in the first half, serving a suspension for a targeting penalty they picked up in the Nebraska game. So the Hurricanes are going to have to weather the storm here. But as we've seen, the Bearcats simply can't stop anybody defensively. I think it also helps that the Bearcats played last week while the Miami, Florida Hurricanes had extra time to prepare for this game. And despite the fact that the Canes are just 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 on the road, I think it's worth going with them here tonight, laying the 6.5 points. Listen, if this game goes up to 7, which I don't really anticipate it will, then at 7 or 7.5, I'm buying down the half point on Miami. Otherwise, I'm just playing them straight up here. I'm taking them Miami minus the 6.5. Listen, you look at the total of this game at 68. I would venture a secondary play. You could always take Miami down to a virtual pick'em or -1, take the total down to 62 points and play the over, because I think that, these two teams are going to combine for a hell of a lot of points here tonight. But rather than mess around with the teaser, I just encourage you to go with Miami straight up as the first complimentary play. Now in baseball, listen, the Washington Nationals season, well, it went to, can't say that word. This is family programming. However, I will say that the Nationals have certainly sucked here of late. Yes, I think that's a fair and accurate description for the Washington Nationals. Listen, they've lost the first 2 games of this series against Atlanta, 2-0 and 2-1. They've lost, I think, 7 of their last 8 games overall, or 7 of their last 9 games overall. But I'm willing to go with Washington tonight on the run line with Steven Strasburg on the hill, making them a $1.10 favorite at Atlanta. The Nationals have won 10 of Strasburg's last 12 starts. 9 of those 10 wins have been by margins of more than 2 runs. That's the key when you're looking for a run line play, such as this one. Also, he has been red hot here since coming off the disabled list. He's been on the DL twice this year. In 9 starts since coming off the disabled list, he's 5-2 with a 2.09 earned run average. But in his last 4 starts, he's 2-0. Earned run average of 0.78, and he has 50 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings, and he's only allowed 15 hits in those 30-plus innings as well. Ryan Weber, the rookie going for the Braves, gave up 7 runs in 2+ innings in his 4th Major League start Friday at Miami. Yeah, he had a 3.26 earned run average in his first 3 starts. I don't care. I'm going with the Nationals here at home to end Atlanta's mighty 5-game home winning streak, and I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line as your other complimentary play, along with the Miami and Florida Hurricanes. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.